Ruslan.
Past few days, I've had some incredible conversation with some amazing men, specifically Tim Ross and Isaiah Saldivar. And I wanted to share something with you guys as I'm reflecting on these conversations that I don't think many people understand and expect. Both of these gentlemen I consider friends. Both of these gentlemen, I'm sure there's things we disagree on, which we talked about on the pods. Both of these pods are available with the extended versions of the Patreon exclusive section on our online community for as little as $5. If you guys want to see those, we're going to give you guys 2 clips from both of those right now of something that I just don't think we as an audience consider when we listen to different voices, which, by the way, I think is good for us to hear different perspectives, have hard conversations. And so I'm going to just play you guys 2 clips from both interview, but the theme that's weaved together from something that both of these men said that I think is so timely, not in a prescriptive giving you advice, but in an opposite of being vulnerable and being transparent, and something that I don't think we understand as people that enjoy this amazing tool that we have of YouTube. As people, sometimes we can get very tribalistic. We can get very, I'm this team, or I'm this gang, or I'm about this theology, or I'm about this idea, or I'm about this thing. We can get very tribalistic. And it's funny enough because the Apostle Paul actually says this in the book of 1 Corinthians, where he said, some of you guys are saying you're followers of Paul and you're followers of Apollos and you're followers of this person. But he's like, no. Like, we follow Jesus, right? And one person might be sowing the seed, another person might be watering, so on and so forth. So we naturally slide in to this tribalistic way of approaching our favorite influencers, our favorite pastors, our favorite leaders, our favorite thought leaders. But what I saw exhibited from both of these men was so refreshing, was so, dare I say, life-giving, that I wanted to show you guys and preview guys just 2 clips from both of these interviews that, again, they're online. You guys watched the full thing. I went 3 hours with Tim Ross. I went almost 3 hours with Isaiah Saldivar. There's extended exclusive sections. We talked about all the things, literally everything. Everything you can think about, we talked about. I did my best to push back when it was time to push back. And I did my best to honor and respect my friends and make sure that we had a good faith conversation. And so I'm going to play you guys this first clip from Isaiah. And I think this idea that he exhibits here, he says something that is extremely helpful that I think when we really think about it is necessary for all of us to do. And I hope that more of us would do this, because I think there's a disconnect in the audience watches me or watches whoever, and we start thinking that the person you're watching is infallible. You start thinking and assuming that the person you're watching is like the Bible, like God speaks in the Bible and the Bible is authoritative. And so we conflate and we think that the person speaking is like the Bible. And the truth is we're not. And that we sometimes have to call our own foul. And so listen to what Isaiah says here.
Oh, okay. Recently I was preaching at a big conference and I said something because I heard another friend say a really cool line where he's like, Jesus left divinity to enter humanity. But when he meant divinity, he meant like heaven.
In heaven.
Yeah. Like he was divine in heaven, but I believe that Jesus was fully divine on earth.
Yes.
So
Which is the orthodox position.
Yes. So I said that while I was preaching. I was like, he left divinity to enter humanity. He left to enter. I said this, and my buddy Vlad, we were at a conference. He's like, hey dude, that's completely heretical. Like you said this. And I was like, dude, you're right. So I need to make sure I never say that again. Yeah. So yes, there's times where you get in these things and you go, oh yeah, that wasn't right. And you correct it. And I corrected a video I did. I've done a few times where I'm like, hey, I said this and I don't agree with it. Like my pre-trip and post-trip. I literally came out and said, hey guys, I was wrong about this and I've changed my view.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Isaiah Saldivar, who has a massive online audience, is being transparent in this moment where he said, hey man, there's been times where I've said something from the pulpit and my friends have pulled me to the side and said, this is wrong. And he's corrected it. He's also said there's been times where he said something in videos where he's had to take back and change his position on videos. Again, sometimes we watch these videos, sometimes we listen to our favorite person, and we assume that they are inerrant and infallible the way the scriptures are inerrant and infallible. And it's important for us to understand that we are all doing our best to pursue Jesus and follow Jesus from the very genuine place that we all can, but that sometimes we're going to get it wrong. And sometimes we're going to have to call our own foul. And sometimes we're going to say something in the moment that maybe we shouldn't have said, or other times we might say something that we haven't thought through. And this next clip from Tim Ross, I think, totally captures that. Listen to what he says here.
Because it's still something
You're building it as you go.
Yeah, we're building it as we go. But like people that like, my preacher, pastor guy now started a podcast. Oh, I'm gonna love him over here just like I love him over there. And then they listen to one and they're like, no, buddy, you how could you ever say that? And it's like, I've always thought this or said this or talked like this. That was never gonna come out in a sermon. You were never gonna get that from me in a sermon. I'm in Exodus. Like, you know what I mean? Like I come to the platform with the Bible to preach from the Bible. And put you in the Bible. There's no room for me.
That's good.
There's like a real standard I have for the pulpit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so in this podcast space, it's like I get to flesh out ideas. I get to step in a bear trap. I'm gonna say some stuff wrong. I have the benefit to change my mind. But y'all ain't gonna wait for none of that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like y'all about to throw that rock now, and I might come back 3 weeks from now like, you know what? I don't even. My bad.
Notice that both of these guys echo the same idea and flesh it out in different ways. Isaiah said, there's been times where I've said X, Y, and Z, and I had to go back and clean it up. Tim says, I'm processing things sometimes in real time, and it's not as if I'm trying to teach you the Bible. It's I'm externally processing things in a live format on a podcast about vulnerability. And sometimes I'm going to step in a bear trap. Sometimes I'm going to say things I shouldn't say. Sometimes I'm going to fall short and I have to call my own foul. And so what I'm trying to get at, for those of you guys that consume my content, for those of you guys that consume anybody's content, videos, teaching, guys, we are not the Bible. We are not the apostles. And in the same way, I have to call my own foul and say, man, I misstepped here. Maybe I didn't mean this. I changed my mind on this video, right? In the same way I do that, I think we need to filter that in our own approach. And there shouldn't be anybody that you agree 150% on everything they say. Fam, that's like cult-like, right? Like there should be give and take. There should be things that I'm thinking through critically, and I would hope that whoever you're listening to, whether it's me, whether it's Isaiah, whether it's Tim, whether it's Mike Signorelli, whether it's Mike Winger, whether it's Alan Parr, whoever, that you would be critically thinking through these things and not let the people do all the thinking and the studying for you. That there are times where maybe you need to go back to the scriptures and examine them for ourselves. There's a time where we might be externally processing something and it may be something that we change our mind on, or this came out wrong. I may have not even said something wrong. It just came out wrong. The tone of it was wrong, right? And so I would say, give us the grace and the mercy to figure these things out, and know that Ruslan at 45 is not going to be the same as Ruslan at 38, right? Isaiah in a different season may not be on the same thing that everything, right? People grow, people evolve, and a lot of this stuff is we are building it as we go, and this is all uncharted territories, right? And so I just want you guys to know, man, pastors are human, just like you. They're not infallible, just like you're not infallible. We're going to say stuff that sometimes we have to change, we have to clean up, we have to call our own foul, and that's healthy for you to have that expectation, especially on YouTube, especially with podcasting. That would be my encouragement for you guys, because this is a whole new terrain. This is a whole new world. This is a whole new avenue that we're exploring here. And it's amazing because it can get the gospel and story and testimony and theology out at scale, which is a good thing. But sometimes we're going to say things that maybe we didn't mean to come out that way, or maybe, that were just specifically wrong, or maybe we changed our mind on, we haven't thought, right? And that's there has to be some wiggle room for that. I'm not saying don't hold anyone accountable and let's just be flippant and say what we want. I am not saying that. Please don't strawman me. I am saying that yes, we are going to give an account and we are going to be responsible for the things that come out of our mouth. But so are you. So are you. So are you. So are you in the way you engage with this content. So are you in the way you may or may not talk about, I don't like this person because I'm on team this person. Like, we're all going to give an account. We're all going to have to give an account. And so hopefully that provides some context. Again, if you guys want to see the full conversations I had with both of these men, they're up. We're going to be releasing clips. We've already released a couple clips. We're going to be releasing the full thing soon. There's a lot in there. It's a lot of good conversation. It's a lot of touchy subjects. It's a lot of good tension. And I think these are going to go down as honestly some of the best conversations we've had on the channel. So guys, if you enjoyed this stream and you want to go the extra mile and partner with us in our online community, get all the podcasts we talked about. Hold on, Zoe.
She's like, hold me back, bro. Hold me back.
Zoe, let me do this, and then you can press all the buttons you want, okay? Yeah. Guys, if you enjoyed this stream, you want to go the extra mile and partner with us online to see this after party stream completely unedited, and all of our podcasts before they drop, including the Tim Ross and Isaiah Saldivar podcast. Consider partnering with us online for as little as $5 a month so that we can stay independent and never have to take a brand deal and make goofy commercials like this. Say bye, Zoe. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Our friends at Genucel Skincare have exciting news to celebrate in 2023.
Using Manscaped during my showers after workout has given me much more confidence.
And that's where Mudwater comes in.
True Classic has got your back.
All thanks to the sponsor of today's video, SayMine.com.
Established Titles is your opportunity to earn the title of Laird or Lady. Subject to credit approval, rates range from 7.99% APR to 19.99% APR, included 0.50% auto pay discount.
If you don't want us to make ads with brands you don't care about, sign up for our online community for as little as $5 a month to keep us independent and ultimately answering to you as our boss. You get all sorts of benefits like daily replays of our after party streams, exclusive access to our Discord community, and early access to our podcast interviews, all starting for only $5 a month.
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan.